So welcome, everyone. I'm excited for all of you to be here today. I'm going to explain to you the Family Constellations training that I'm going to be doing this year. It's going to start in August, and it's a 1-year training. So I'm excited that you're here, that you're interested in this. I'm going to share my screen so that you're able to see the description of the training. I'm going to put here in the chat. So if you go to my website, coachingandconstellations.com, there you're going to find the tab with training, and all this information is there. So I'm going to share my screen with all this information so that I explain this to you, but you can see it there in my website. It's all available in my website. And I'm going to do the presentation. So wait before you ask any questions, and write them down so that you don't forget. And then I'm going to have at the end some time for questions and answers. So let me here now share my screen. Okay. Are you able there to see my screen?
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I don't want to do the whole presentation and realizing that it didn't work, the sharing. So perfect. Okay. So this is the page where all the information is. And the objective of this training is to learn how to do family constellations. And you're going to learn how to do them in person and online. So the training has both modalities. To learn how to do it in person and to do it online, we'll have several of the modules in person and several of the modules online. And what's the most important part for me is what I call here the foundation about this training, of what's really, really important. So what is important that you are able to understand is that when we're doing this work, it is not us doing the healing. It's really us providing the space for the healing to happen, for others to feel safe, to feel supported, to feel in a place where they can open up and heal, and for the family system of others to do that as well. So we connect to every single other person energetically. So when there is a client that's coming to us for healing, we're guiding this client for the healing to happen. We're not healing the other client. We're guiding the client to heal itself. But for this to be possible, we need to create that space. And in order for us to be able to create that space, yes, there are certain things that we can do to prepare, but it's our space, is our energy, is our system, and the healing that we have done in our lives. So this is why this is a training that's 1 year, because in order to really become a facilitator and be able to help others in this process of healing, guide them in the process of healing, we need first to heal ourselves. And what happens is that, let's say that I have a client that wants to work with anxiety. And then if I have worked with anxiety, if I'm able to be calm, peaceful, then when the client comes to me, it's like I'm here, and the client comes to me like this, then it connects, the energy of the client connects to my energy, and it's like, ah, so this is what it means to be calm, to be able to deal with anxiety. But if this is something that I have not healed in my life, then I'm going to be like this, and the client comes like this, and it's going to be a mess. We are not going to be able to help the client heal. And another thing that's important to realize is that whatever the client comes to heal that we have not healed is going to trigger in ourselves, is going to come up, is going to start showing up and moving us. It's going to start, we're going to start feeling it during the session. So what are we doing here in the Family Constellations? We're helping heal the family system, the entanglements that we have with the family system. So if we have a client that comes because they want to work with a relationship with their mom, if we have not worked with a relationship with our mother, if we don't honor, respect her, accept her, then we're not going to be able to help the client do this as well. If a client comes because they want to be able to have abundance in their lives, then we need to be able to connect to abundance, to feel this abundance of life in ourselves, to be able to help them do so as well. If there are perpetrators in the energy, in the system of the client, when the client comes to us, that energy needs to feel safe. So if we are judging others, if we're criticizing, if we judge the perpetrators of our family system, if we have not done that work, then there's going to be resistance, even in the energy field of the client, in the family system field. So, in order to really be able to create this space, to be able to help the client and the family system of the client heal, we need to have that space already healed ourselves. And this is how most of the healing actually happens. When this connection happens with the client, the energy connects to ours. So, we need to already be there. And this is why we're going to do so many different modules, because in those modules you're actually doing the healing yourselves. So this is the first part of the foundation. Then the second one is meditation. Something that is very, very important when we're doing the family constellations is our focus. We need to be present. We need to be there 100%. It's a little bit like our life stays on pause, and we are there, focus, presence, receiving the information. And in order to do this, meditation is a key. Meditation, daily meditation, helps us gain that focus, that stability, that ability to be able to be there 100%. So part of this training will require meditation. I'm suggesting around 20 minutes or 30 minutes a day. I understand that everybody has different lives and sometimes it's not possible. What I suggest is that when somebody's not able to meditate for at least 20 minutes, sometimes then we're going to do 5 minutes. And even in the worst days, we can stop for 1 minute and meditate for 1 minute. And everybody has 1 minute a day. So yes, meditation is important, and I'm recommending 20, 30 minutes a day, but I know that sometimes it's not possible, and the days that we can't, then we can also do it less, as long as we keep some consistency. And that's the key. It's more helpful to do something every single day than to do 2 hours on a Sunday during the week and do it only once a week. So what's important to do is to do a little bit every day. And then, and this is part of the foundation because it helps us to be in the focus centered and to be able to be present. So another part is the capacity to trust and develop your intuition. A big part of this work is intuitively, what we connect to intuitively. So we need to be able to recognize that, to connect to our intuition and to trust it. We connect to the field, to the information, to the energy, and we also connect and receive guidance. So part of what we're going to develop here is exactly that, our connection to guidance. How do we receive guidance? To recognize that, to be able to develop it so that it's clear, so that we're able to understand what is the best path in each situation when we're doing this kind of work. And then another part is the part that I already explained, that this is a place where we create a field, we create a space where the healing takes place. We're actually not doing the healing, we're guiding the client to heal and to heal the family system from the knowledge that we have and from the guidance that we're receiving in that moment of what we think that's important, of what we're receiving that's important for the client to heal and for the client to heal the family system. So I'm going to move this. So this course is for anybody that wants to do family constellations for professional reasons, because they want to dedicate themselves, their professional lives to do family constellations, or they already have a healing modality, or they're a therapist and they want to bring this to their tools. So that is one of the reasons. Another reason is because you want to do this for your healing, for your own personal development. And this is actually what I did. When I started doing my training in family constellations, I was doing that because I just found it fascinating. And I was amazed on how the lives of so many people that I knew were changing for the better. And I wanted to know more. And this is why I decided to do the training. And when I came here to the US, I was looking for a group to participate. I could hardly find any groups. So I decided to start my own group since I had the training already. But I never thought I was going to be a family constellation facilitator. I was doing it for myself. I was doing it because I just loved it so much. So if this is what you want to do, then of course, this is also a way. This is also for anyone that wants to have more tools in their lives to be able uh, to face the difficulties, the challenges, because this is a modality that gives you so many different tools for that. And the only prerequisite is to be 30 years or older, and that's it. So that's so basically it's for anybody that wants to do this path for whatever reason, as long as you're 30 or older. So about me, as many as you know, I'm from Guatemala, and I studied this modality in Spain. I didn't start in this area. I started studying business in Guatemala. I started working in finance in Procter and Gamble. I realized that I didn't really like working only with numbers, so I started to change my path. And when I went to Spain, first I did a master's in human resources. I started working in a company in human resources. Then I did a master in life coaching. That's where I learned about the family constellations. And then I found it so fascinating that then I did a master in family constellations. So when I started doing this work, I had zero abilities. I had no idea about the energy, connecting to the energy, about the intuition. I really knew nothing. And this is how I know that if you feel the same way, that you have zero connection, that you can develop this, because I was able to. We all are. I started from zero without knowing anything. So I know that you are able to as well. So my teacher is Brigitte Champetier de Ribes, and she studied with Bert Hellinger, who is the founder of Family Constellations. I have also done a training with Mark Walling. He did this book, It Didn't Start With You, that it's part of the books that I require for reading. It's one of the best books that I have found of Family Constellations, and this is why it's there on the list. And I also did a training with him, and I learned a lot from that training. So I just wanted to mention that. I've been facilitating constellations for around 10 years now. I've done more than 1,300 constellations and have done more than 200 groups. So I'm very excited about that. I wanted to share with everybody in my newsletter list that I had reached the 200 event, and I forgot. I'll share it in the, in the next newsletter because this happened a few months ago. Okay, so that's about me. On my website, you can find more information about me if you're looking for more information. So now I want to talk about the structure of the training. So as I mentioned, this is a year-long training. It's going to have 156 hours, and it's going to be in person and online via Zoom. The training includes 6 personal constellations. So 4 facilitated by me and 2 by colleagues that are also doing the training. So as you're doing the training in the year, you're going to have 4 personal constellations with me, and and 2 of your colleagues that are also doing the training will also do constellations, and you're going to choose who you want that person to be, so that you also get a chance to start practicing with with other people that are doing this work, and I will be also there when you're doing this in case anybody has any questions, if you need guidance. So this is part of the training. So in each of the modules, I'm going to give the explanations. We will always do meditations. We will do constellation exercises. And the constellation exercises are sometimes as powerful as constellations themselves. So how do these exercises look like? For example, maybe we are going to work with abundance. So then you're going to be in groups of 3, and one person is going to represent you, another person is going to represent your mother, and another person is going to represent abundance. Or maybe you're going to represent abundance if you're in a group of 3. And then you start doing a constellation in silence connecting to the field, to the healing, to see what's moving, what's coming up. I may guide you to say some phrases, or maybe you don't say any phrases in the exercises. Each exercise is going to look different, but those are the way that we do that's the way we usually do the exercises when we're doing the family constellations training. And I also do them a lot when I'm doing the constellation sessions. On the constellation sessions that I usually do once a month, when we have time, I also include some of these exercises because they're so healing, they're so helpful. So this is part of the training. And then you're also going to do the constellations on yourself, on your own topics, with me or with then a colleague that's also doing the training. So to get the certification, you need to attend at least 12 of the modules. If you miss any, you will have to do them on your own, and I will explain how you're going to do that when we're doing the training. The modules 1, 3, 9, 12, and 13 are required. So those you cannot miss. It's very important that you're there present. Here are the books that I recommend that are required for the training. It's the book of Mark Walling, It Didn't Start With You. Then Beginning to Constellate by my teacher. And the Family Constellations, A Practical Guide to Uncovering the Origins of Family Conflict by Joe Manet. And those are the three books. And another thing that's required is to give 800-word document with what's the most important healing that you have learned for each of the books and each of the modules. And this is really very flexible, and it's not a summary. It's not, I'm not looking for a summary. It's just what have you learned? What has been important for you? What have you realized that's there that you haven't realized before? How has your awareness expanded through that module or through that book? And another part that's required of the training is to attend at least 8 group sessions. These are the group sessions that I do monthly in person when I'm doing family constellations for others. So the requirement is to come to 4 online and 4 in person. So I'm going to start explaining the modules. So I want to skip to oh yes, so I wanted to explain something here. So some of the modules are only for the people that are doing the training, and some are open to anybody that wants to join. So for example, the first one, Introduction to Family Constellations, is only for the people that are going to do the training. And the second one, Orders of Love, that is open to anybody that wants to come. That is going to explain the order of belonging, the order of the hierarchy, the order of giving and receiving, and the importance of acceptance. So anybody can benefit from this. Anybody can learn, and there's nothing that you need to know in advance in order to be able to do this module, or any of the other modules that have 3 stars here in the description. So these are going to be open to anybody that wants to learn that topic, and are part of the training as well. So I'm going to go now to the explanations. So the first module is the Introduction to Family Constellations. Here I'm going to talk about the history of family constellations. How do we connect to our guides, to our higher self? How do we receive information? And what are the forms of information that we could be receiving? We're going to talk about the protection as well. What does this mean? We're going to learn I'm going to explain the internal pendulum. That is one of the basic tools that we use when we're doing family constellations. We use it for information and for guidance. It's like using a pendulum, a normal pendulum, but instead of using something external, we use our body for this. So this is something that is very, very helpful and that we use as a tool all the time. I'm going to explain the importance of the meditation. I'm going to explain about the family system and the entanglements, who belongs in our family system, what are entanglements, how do these entanglements happen. I'm going to explain the morphic fields and the part of creating a safe space for the healing to take place. So that's module number 1. Then module number 2 is the Orders of Love. as I was explaining before, these are the orders of love described by Bert Hellinger. The order of belonging, order of hierarchy, order of balance of giving and receiving, and acceptance. So this is going to be the module number 2. Then module number 3, understanding family constellations. This is going to be about understanding the family constellation structure. It's like step 1, 2, 3. How does it happen? The language of the field. When somebody's doing a representation, what does it mean if somebody's lying down on the floor? What does it mean if they're standing up in certain position? This is the language of the field. The healing phrases, what we say in order for the healing to start taking place. The vows and promises, what do they mean? How do we know when there's one? The de-rolling and why we do it, why we don't do it. And you're going to learn how to do the constellation exercises, because this is something that you're able to do on your own all the time. And the more you're able to do it, the more healing that you're able to start having in your life. Then module number 4, about abundance, money, and success. We're going to work with acceptance and gratefulness for everyone and everything. And this is one of the foundations to be able to have abundance and a good relationship with money and success. Honoring and respecting, accepting our parents, including the excluded members of the family system, the rejected ones, the perpetrators as well. Accepting the difficult people and being grateful to them, not only the difficult people in our family system, but difficult people that we have in our lives, difficult people that we encounter. Our relationship with our money, with our mother, is one of the most important aspects to work with for abundance and for money and for success. Then also working with limiting beliefs and those beliefs of the family system that can be blocking us from having this in our life, and the importance of gratefulness. So that's module number 4. Number 5 is emotions, and this is something very important. It's so big because we carry so many emotions from our ancestors, the ones that they blocked, that they were not able to deal with. And we heal every day if we're able to work in a healthy way with our emotions. A lot of the illnesses that we have, the physical illnesses, come from blocked emotions. So in the way that we're able to start accepting and working with our emotions, we start healing our physical body, physical body, and also our mental, our thoughts, our emotions, our mental well-being. It's all connected, a great part with how we deal with the emotions. So understanding emotions, how they affect our body, understanding the primary and secondary emotions, how we can use them as a tool for healing, how we can heal the emotions that we carry from our ancestors. And we're going to talk as well about tapping, which is one of the most powerful tools that I have found to work with the emotions that we're struggling with at the moment, especially our emotions. So that's module number 5. Number 6 is loving partner relationships. So this is about having a relationship with a partner. And in order to be successful in that, also we need to work in the relationship with our mother. You'll see that some of the topics repeat in the modules, and that's because a lot of the things that for healing have to do, especially with our parents. It's the most important aspect that we work with in Family Constellations, because they gave us our life. We're so grateful for this that we want to help them heal, and we take a lot of things from them. They represent life to us, so how we relate to them is how we relate to life. So our parents are going to come like almost in every single module that we do. Our mother connects us with abundance, with success, with a good relationship with money, with physical health, our father with mental health, with being able to be successful in the professional area that we want to be in. The father relationship also gives us strength, the ability to be in the present. And so you'll see that a lot of things repeat, and don't worry, because when we're doing similar topics, if we have done something already, that we start going into a deeper level if that is there, if it's necessary. So, and especially with the relationship with our parents, that is something that doesn't happen, that the healing from one day to another with one exercise is something that we do in different ways. We heal from different aspects because it's so important. So as I was saying, in module 6, the relationship with our mother, the break in the bond, what does this mean? How this can affect us? The acceptance of others the way they are, the balance of giving and receiving, the order in the family, that's very important, the order, the role that we have in the position that we have, why our partner is like a mirror to us in our life, and what does that mean? We're also going to learn about the separating from our core family system to be able to create our own, and accepting the feminine and masculine in the family system and in ourselves. As I have mentioned, balance is something very important, and balance of feminine and masculine is also very important, and we will look at that in module number 6. Module number 7, responsibility of the adult. So when we are born, we're the child, and as we start growing up, we start becoming an adult, but sometimes we get trapped in being a child and we don't want to be responsible for ourselves. We end up hoping and blaming others, everything, other situations for our reality. We are like trapped in the child, and this is not helpful to us because we're not able to then be in the adult. That's the one that's responsible. That's the one that connects to life. That's the one that's able to heal and to be able to transform things. So we're going to learn about this in module number 7. We're going to work with beliefs and values of the family system. We're going to work with taking or accepting responsibility for our actions. What does it mean to be in the adult? The importance of letting go of the past and being in the present. The importance of separating from our parents. What does that mean? How do we do it if we feel that we're still connected there? Letting go of the victim and perpetrator mentality and vibration. Sometimes we're trapped there, and that doesn't help us be in the adult. Releasing guilt, shame, or blame that we might still carry. So that's module number 7. Number 8 is about health. So we're going to work with entanglements that we have with our ancestors that are keeping us from having a healthy life, a healthy body. The importance of letting go of guilt. Often the reason why we are not enjoying health is because we're holding on to guilt. And then unconsciously we feel that we don't deserve to be healthy. We don't deserve joy. We don't deserve things in life. So we find ways to suffer, to auto-sabotage ourselves, to hurt ourselves, to not be healthy. So letting go of guilt is very important for us to be able to have a healthy body. Problems, difficulties, challenges, and how they affect our health. We're also going to work with how blocked conflicts develop an illness. What does saying yes to life means, saying yes to health, and worthiness and self-love. This is also very important because it also connects us with all that life can give to us. It's connected a little bit with guilt. If we're not able to love ourselves, then we also feel like we don't deserve and we don't open up to all that life can give to us. So we're going to work on worthiness and self-love there. This is something that can very easily be blocked in the system because this is something that our ancestors were not even able to think about it, to be able to love themselves, to be able to feel worthy. They had complicated lives, and this was not even something that you would think about. So if they were not able to, it's hard for us to do it ourselves. So this is what we're working here in this module. So module number 9, we're going to work about, how you facilitate family constellations. We're going to work on the preparation. How do we create this safe space for the healing to take place when we're doing the constellations? The connecting to source and source-aligned guidance. So this is part of where we are receiving the guidance from, what guidance we want to receive. We're going to work here about with the energy fields and understanding the energy fields. We're going to learn about the structure of the session. How is the session when we're in private, and how is it when we're in a group, doing a group session? And what does it mean to be in our place as facilitators? And how can we make sure that we're there? What can we do in order to make sure that we're there? So this is what we're going to learn in this module. And module number 10, the importance of our parents. Like I mentioned, they are in everything because they are the ones that gave us life. So this module is number 10 on purpose. It's not at the beginning, but it's later on after we have done already several modules already working in this relationship, so that we start little by little. And in this module, we're going to focus like deeply in all the other things that are missing that we're able to help to heal in that module. Um, so as I mentioned, the connecting with our mother gives us access to abundance, to physical health, to love, to success. Connecting to our father gives us access to mental health, to strength, to living in the present, to be able to have success in the professional area that we want to be successful in. And we're going to work with the receiving life from them, accepting life, so that we can open up then to life, to all that life can give to us. So that's module number 10. Module number 11, the orders of help. So these are the orders of help described by Bert Hellinger. So we're going to work, what are the orders of help? What do they mean? What does this mean? How much you're able to help, to give only what you have and only as much as the other person can give back. And this is our responsibility. It's part of the giving, having balance in the giving and receiving, taking only what you need, respecting the destiny, our destiny, the destiny of the client, destiny of the family system. Helping from adult to adult is very important, that when we are doing this healing, when somebody comes for help, sometimes they're going to come as a victim, sometimes they're going to come as a child. And our position has to be treating them as an adult. Our stand has to be in this place. And part of the healing is to be able to do that, because as I was saying, it's the energy field. If somebody comes as a child, we could easily become the parent. If somebody comes as a victim, we could easily start, instead of helping them come out of the victim energy, giving them more energy for them to feel as a victim. So this is very important, to have that capacity to be able to stay in our adult and to be able to work with the client in their adult energy. Then respecting the client's family system and their destiny. And that's very important, because as I said, we're creating the space for the healing to happen. We are not able to decide or to do things the way we want them to do, to happen. And some things are the way they are for reasons, and we need to respect that. We cannot decide what's best for the client. Or for the family system. We need to respect this first before starting to do any work on the healing, on the client, on the family system. So that's module 11. 12, it's going to be in-person practice. Then module 13 is going to be online practice. And then module 14 is success in our professional life. So this is the last module, because in a way, this includes all the previous ones. They're all included in this way. To be successful, I'm reading here, we need to have worked with the orders of abundance, money, and success. We need to be able to accept both parents and to relate to them from a part of realizing that they're both important, to relate to them as a unity, as our parents, even if we didn't even know them. All this work that I'm saying, we can do it even if we were adopted and didn't know our parents. So being in our adult position and energy, as I was saying, that's something that we worked already in a previous module, but here it's also necessary for us to be successful in our professional life. So this is also part of this module. Accepting the rejected, excluded, and everyone the way that they are. And something that's important here that we haven't talked to in previous modules is accepting our country and honoring and respecting the country of our parents, especially if it's not the same country as ours. And that's important for us to be successful in the country where we are. So those are the modules. I know this is a lot of information, but I want to be able to give it to you, explain it to you, to see if you have any questions. And so we're almost getting there to the end. So the schedule. So the training is going to start in August 16th or when the first module starts. As I mentioned, some classes are going to be online and some classes are going to be in person. The online classes are always going to be on Wednesdays from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. in Pacific time. And the in-person classes will be on the weekends, Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So those are the schedules of the trainings. Then here are the dates of when each of the modules will take place. Here are the group sessions scheduled. So these are the group sessions that I'm gonna have open to anybody that wants to come to do their constellations. I don't know if you remember I mentioned before that you're required to come to a certain number of these sessions. Well, 8 of these sessions, 4 in person and 4 online. So these are when those sessions are going to take place. And for the investment, so the investment is 3,995. If you need a payment plan, let me know, and then we can discuss this. If you want to make sure that you have your space, there's a 500 non-refundable deposit to hold your space. Space is limited to 12 participants. There's already one, so there's 11 places left. So if you confirm and make your deposit before July 19th, you get a 500 early bird discount. And the last day to confirm your participation and pay your deposit is on August 1st. You can pay with credit card, PayPal, Zelle, check, or cash. If you decide to pay with Zelle, check, or cash, there's a $120 discount. So here in my page, there is a link to book a discovery call. So if you want to talk with me, to have any personal questions, so that we can have a discussion to see if this is something that you want to do, just book a call, and then we'll do this. The link is there, and you can do this. The schedule is going to show you my availability. So you just book this for whenever you're available. Okay, so this is information, a lot of information. I'm gonna stop the sharing there. So, any questions or comments? Yes, I see. Heather, you're raising your hand.
Yes, thanks, Lisa. Thank you so much. That was really great to hear everything you're planning to share with the participants in the course. It sounds amazing. So I'm very excited. My question for you is, how many hours a week do you think a person needs to dedicate to the training, including attendance time, reading time, writing time?
So you have the meditation. That's actually, I think that's what's gonna take you the most, which is 20 to 30 minutes a day.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's different because the books are just 3 books and they're not that long.
Mm-hmm.
So I cannot tell you really how long that would take. The total amount of hours is 156 hours of the modules.
That's class time, right?
That's
It's
class
either
time,
online or in person. Okay.
online and in person. So then the writing, I mean, I don't know. It depends on how long it takes you to write something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want the writing to be something complicated. I don't want, I just want to know, what did you think about the module? What did you think about the book? What did you learn? As I said, this is not a writing where I want you to do a summary of every single thing that happened. No, I just want to, it's like saying, we got together and I said, how was it? What did you learn? And you tell me about it. And that's all I want. And I say 800 words. I mean, if you want to do 700, it's fine. If you want to do 1,000, it's fine. I'm not going to count the words. It's
Hmm.
just like an idea to give you some guidance. And
Right.
what I want you to do is like think, what did I learn with this? What was important? What do I feel that made like a shift in my understanding and my learning and my awareness? I want you to have that process
Hmm.
because part of the learning is there as well. So that's
Super.
why that's there. So I'm sorry that I'm not able to give you a more specific answer on how much time it would require because I think it's going to be different for each person.
And I
But
think I understand better
yeah,
now. Yeah.
does it give
Okay.
you? Yeah. Okay.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Okay. You're welcome. Yes. Mary,
Yeah, regarding the $500 deposit, I assume you do this training every year, is that correct?
this is the first year, and I am planning to repeat it every year.
Okay, so if something were to come up kind of unexpected, like say for health reasons or whatever, and if we plan to start this year and then we have to postpone a year, would that $500 be applicable to next year or just
Yes,
completely?
I
Okay,
think.
okay.
Yeah. I hadn't thought about the question, but let's
Yeah,
say yes. Now
it's
that
a one for me. I just actually went through a pretty big medical thing, and I'm not sure I'm out of the woods yet. I hope I am, but I'm not sure. So, um, yeah, it's real for me. So thank you.
yeah, we can do that.
Okay, thank you.
So, Lara,
Yes. Hi, Lisa. It was a fabulous presentation and really nice to hear about the fact that you're doing the training. I am interested, but I have a few family events in till October, which I cannot really take time off from that. So, is there a possibility that I can join the training and make up or catch up after October end, like from November onwards? Is there a possibility, or that won't work?
so you need to check the modules that are required and
Uh-huh.
see if you're able to come to them. Because if you can't, then it's better for you to wait for next year.
So you start in chronological order, right? From module 1, 2,
Yeah,
and so module 1 is basically the first one. And is that required?
I think yes. Let me go
Uh,
and check in
yeah,
the
I think that
training.
that kind of answers my question. Okay, thank you.
And I think module one is online. So the modules that are required is number 1, 3, 9, 12, and 13.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
Yeah. So
I won't be able to devote the time even if it's online. So yeah,
okay, then
thank
it's better to wait for next year.
yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Mary.
So I have another question. If it turns out that I need to postpone the full training to next year, but maybe I can take some of those individual trainings, what is the like a la carte price to take some individual trainings? With the ones with the three asterisks, if I
Yes,
understand correctly.
I don't remember what was the price that let me see. I think those were, I really don't remember. I had it written somewhere. Those were, I think 350, 380 each
Okay,
module. Yeah,
okay.
385, I think. Something like that.
Great, thank you.
Yeah. Yes, Heather.
Okay, I can unmute myself. So I consider myself a pretty intuitive person, but what if I can't seem to receive the guidance that I need to do this work, to hold space for this work? Does that ever happen in your experience?
No.
Oh, that's good.
And I mean, if it happens, we can figure it out. But I don't think it has ever happened. This is something that we develop, and it's something that we all have. It's something that we use to navigate life. It's just that we're not aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
I like to share this phrase. You can cut the tension with a knife. It's a phrase that everybody knows. It's such a common phrase. And this is something that it's talking exactly about that. It's talking about our capacity to use our intuition to sense things. So if we're in a party and there's, things going on, we come to a room and nobody has said anything, and we know that something has happened. It's like, oh no, I think they're fighting. I think I'm going to go somewhere else. I don't want to be here. This is
Mhm.
our intuition. We all have it. We all use it all the time, but we're just not aware of it. And I like to say this phrase because we have it and use it so much that there's a common phrase that people know and recognize because it's something that we all have. So I don't think that that's going to happen. I don't think that that's actually the actual case, because I think that you are already using it, but you're not aware of it.
Okay, good. Thank
Or
you.
you or somebody else. I mean, I'm talking to you because you made the question, but
Right.
yeah.
Okay, great. I have another question, but I'll wait to see if anyone has another one.
So go ahead and say that. So let's go to Maria, and then we go back to you again, there, Heather.
Hi, Lisa. So the question I had was with the in-person trainings, and I'm not in the same state. So how would that work, or do I just need to wait for another time?
You have to come because that is required. Um, I think there are some trainings, family constellations trainings, that are mostly online, but most of them do require some kind of in-person attendance, in-person like week, in-person something, because it's just so, so important to have that experience in person to really understand this modality. So I would invite you to come, or to find another training where you can go to the in-person part, because I think that it's really, really necessary to do that part.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Sorry that I'm not able to say something different, but
No,
the
it's
in-person part is really necessary. It's very, very important. So yeah.
mhm.
Heather, and I noticed that there's some questions in the chat, so we'll answer Heather's question, and then I'll go and answer the chat, and then I'll go back to see what other questions there are from the
Great.
participants. Yeah.
What's your guidance on when a person can start doing family constellations for others while they're in training? So professionally or for friends?
So after the practice, and the practice is module 12.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So let me look at the questions in the chat, and then I'll say, is there a reason above 30? Just curious. So what happened? Yes, there is a reason. So what happens is that this is a modality where we are giving back, where we're helping others. This is about life experience, um, about also the balance of giving and receiving. And when we are born, we take from life, we live. And after we do that, we're able to give back. So the first step is to experience, to live, to be in life. And once we have done that, we're able to now give back to life, give back to others. So there's certain experience that we need in order to start that, to be at that level of maturity. And it's more or less 30 years. And again, if somebody's 28 years and they want to come and do the training, let's talk about it. I'm not saying that 30 and that's it. I'm quite a flexible person. I don't think that, we have this structure, but nothing is this way. Some people have a lot of depth, intuition, experience, that maybe they're 28 and they can have this training already and do this work. But there's this balance that first we take in life, first we experience, and then we're able to give back. And there's this part of the energetic holding space that is connected with your experience in life, your capacity to hold difficult situations that comes after living, after knowing different situations from you and from others. So somebody that's 20 years does not have enough life experience to hold others that have the challenge that you can face when you're doing this kind of facilitating, the depth, the complexity. Um, Life experience is required. It's and life experience that happens with time. So that is the reason. Then thank you for doing this introduction for training. You're welcome. The other question: does the training cost include the in-person family constellation sessions that you're required to attend? Yes, it includes that. Then Marta, if I miss a Wednesday class, can I take it later? If it's one of the modules that are required, then you need to take those modules that are required. If it's one of the modules that are not required, then you can do it on your own. And how to do it on your own, I will explain when we're doing the training. What is the another question about Natasha's asking the same one. Also, do you know the dates for 2024? Will it be about the same? So I think it will be about the same, kind of like after summer. I need to figure out the venue as well. So all the in-person sessions that I'm going to do for the training is going to be the same place. And the person that has the place right now is going to let go of the place, I think, in April or March. And then she's thinking whether she'll have another place or not. So it depends on that. It depends on the availability of the space that I'll have after this year. So basically, I think it's going to be more or less the same dates, but I will see. Then what if we miss a mandatory module due to sickness? Would we take it the following year? I don't know. If it's really due to sickness because you were not able to come, we'll figure it out. We'll see what we do. If it's one of the, I'm planning on recording the ones that are online. So if it's one of the recording, maybe you can watch it and then we can do a one-on-one session in order for you to have the experience, the explanations. I don't know. We'll figure that out. I know life is life and things happen. So I get it. So we'll see how we can adapt. What city are you in? I'm in San Jose, California. Okay, so those are the written questions. Does anybody else have a question that you want to ask? Another question? Yes, Heather.
I'm just curious, will there be a workbook that you share with us, or will we be just taking notes and that kind of thing?
So you will be taking notes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, there's another question here in the chat. Are the required modules online or in person? So both. Some are online and some are in person. Mary, you have another question? Yes? I think you're muted.
Yeah, sorry. Did I hear correctly that the venue is not your office, but it will be San Jose? Is that correct?
Yeah. So the venue is it's in San Jose, and I don't know if I mentioned the venue on the training. If not, I'm going to put it there. But it's where I do the in-person sessions. Let me look at the address. I'm going to give you the address right now.
Oh, so it is maybe where I've been. Is it Blossom Hill something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the venue.
Got it. I assumed that was your office when I attended.
No, it's not. I rent the space from this person that has this office. And for all of you to know, she rents it out if anybody's looking for a space to do any activity. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions before we finish?
Lisa.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Noemi.
Oh, I didn't say. I couldn't see who was talking.
No worries. So for the 30-minute appointments, do you have anything after 2:30? for the free consultation that you have for this class?
Yeah, yeah, you should. I think you should. You have to go further out in the calendar,
The calendar. Okay.
but
Uh,
you should. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you so much.
you're probably looking at just in the next weeks, and then maybe the next weeks that's the only availability. But then you have to go a little bit further down.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So Heather, thank you so much for this overview, Lisa. I'm excited to do this with you. Oh, I would be so excited to have you. Yay.
Would you
It-
say this training would help you in your own healing journey? I know you mentioned that, so it would, like, because you said there would be like 6 sessions that you're going to be working with yourself, and then the 2 with students. So it would be really really helping you in your own healing journey, right?
I can share my part, and for me, it was a whole transformation. There is a before and after I did this training. It's really, I really think that it was the best thing I could have ever done because it brought me to this capacity of just enjoying my life, of having the skills, of having the understanding of healing in such deep ways that it was just amazing. It was such a big transformation. So I can share from my experience, I can share from the experience that I have seen others, that really it's such a powerful experience. And as I said, I started doing this because of that, because I wanted to learn more, and because I wanted to heal myself, and I was amazed. It really is such a powerful way to reach such deep levels that we're not even aware that are there. So definitely, yeah, it is a very powerful healing experience. Anything else?
Just a thank you.
Well, thank you, everybody. You all have my email.
Thank
You
you.
can, or it's in my website as well. So you can send me an email if you have any specific questions. You can make an appointment if you want to make an appointment, and so that we talk about different aspects. I'm here. Let me know if anything comes up. And I hope that this was helpful, that you got the information that you were looking for. I hope you're able to join me. I'm really so excited. I've been wanting to do this for several years, but then COVID came. So then I said, well, it's not the moment. We need to wait a little bit. But I'm so happy and excited that I'm able to do this. I want to be able to provide this transformation for others, and for others to start shifting and enjoying their lives as I have. So I'm excited that you're interested, that you're here, and I hope that you're able to join me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very
Bye,
much.
everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah,
Take
take
good
care.
Thank you.
care.